I know daughter. I don't know. But anyway, I went to the hospital because they were having a problem. They had one girl. I didn't know they had another baby. Fun news nonetheless. It's her daughter. I think oh, that's exciting. Very exciting. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I've been looking at what is now first thing in the morning. I'll try to great. Maybe opening day.
Well, mine doesn't happen.
Right. Well, we can always find something.
Sorry, I didn't want me Good evening. Meeting called to order at 6 p.m. Roll call, all present with the exception of Jackie. If everyone would please rise for the pledge of allegiance. Salute. Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Right, I'm telling you. 4.0, approval of open session agenda.
I make a motion to approve open session agenda.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. 5.0, presentation to staff and students. Students and staff, sorry, read that backwards.
Good evening. My name is Gina Murphy. I'm the superintendent and principal of the primary school. So every month before the board meeting, we do send out a survey to our staff to nominate staff for awards, and then those staff members choose students to also recognize at the board meeting for being awesome. So I would like to start with Tiffany Culver. Come on up.
It's Boomer.
Okay.
I see you.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Tiffany teaches a moderate severe class operated through the Mountain Valley JP that's located on our primary campus. Tiffany consistently makes it a priority to be an active and engaged member of the Happy Valley team and our Happy Valley High. She attends staff meetings, collaborates closely with our special education team, and participates fully in campus activities. Each Thanksgiving, Tiffany and her team go above and beyond by providing a full Thanksgiving lunch for the entire staff, a generous tradition that reflects her kindness and appreciation for our school community. Over the years, we've had the privilege of watching Tiffany grow into an exceptional teacher for students with significant needs. She works thoughtfully and collaboratively with general education teachers who often express gratitude for the support, guidance, and reassurance she provides when her students join their classrooms. Thank you, Tiffany, for your dedication, generosity, and teamwork. We're truly grateful to have you part of our Happy Valley High.
Thank you.
Oh, that's gonna be hard to read off all that. Okay. So I am going to recognize Antonio White tonight. This is yours to hold. You want to hold it?
Yes.
So I'm excited to recognize Antonio White, a first grade student whose growth over the past year has been truly inspiring. During the extended school year, Antonio attended our intensive support needs program where he worked on student expectations, behavior, and developing positive school relationships. This year, Antonio has shown significant academic, behavioral, and social growth, moving to a mild, moderate level of support and successfully participating in the general education setting. His transition to general education has been fantastic to witness, and he has embraced new routines, built positive relationships with peers and staff, and demonstrated increased confidence in his abilities. His teacher, Mrs. Kimball, added that Antonio loves to sing about what he learns, as in the punctuation song. He makes up songs to remember the concepts he's working on. He is always trying things with smile and laughter, and he is. You love the punctuation song. It is a delight to watch him grow socially and academically. And Mrs. Harmio, who's here tonight too, added that Antonio has shown wonderful growth in confidence and excitement when participating in whole class activities. When called upon to come to the board, he puts forth his best effort by writing or moving answers and responds positively to guidance. During math and partner activities, Antonio works well with his peers and is receptive to support. We are so proud of the confidence and effort he brings to our classroom each day. We are incredibly proud of Antonio and his accomplishments this year, and we are excited to see where he continues within his growth.
Still the punctuation. Wonders great.
I know you love that one. So anyways, great job, buddy. I'm super proud. Okay,
Oh, there you go.
2, 3, smile.
All right.
All right, good job, bud.
Thank you.
Let's go back to your mom.
Next, I would like to call up Ashley Nyberg. Tonight, I have the honor of recognizing Ashley for a significant professional achievement. Ashley has officially completed her teaching internship, an important milestone on the journey to becoming a credentialed teacher. Becoming a teacher is no small feat. It requires years of undergraduate coursework, followed by graduate level classes. Many interns like Ashley choose to step into the classroom while still completing those requirements, which can be a heavy and demanding load. And I won't even begin to talk about the state tests they have to pass. Even after an internship is complete, there are still 2 additional years to work required to clear your teaching credential, and finishing an internship is a major accomplishment, and Ashley has done just that. When getting feedback from her colleagues, they shared that we're fortunate to welcome Ashley toward the end of her internship, and it quickly became clear she is exactly where she is meant to be. She is made for TK and this age group. Everything becomes a song in her classroom, and those songs bring smiles not only to her students, but anybody who hears them. Her classroom is truly magical, and her students absolutely adore her. Thank you, Ashley, for your dedication, your joy, and your heart. We're so grateful that you're part of our Hive.
So I'm going to recognize Alara Rufino. Come on up, Alara.
It's a lot of people. Wow. You can hold this while I read about you, okay? I'm gonna give you a compliment.
Okay. Alara is an amazing example of what leadership is, and I can always count on him to do the right thing. He loves superheroes, and in our classroom, his powers are shown through his positive choices, kindness, and willingness to help others. Alaric leads by example each day and makes our classroom a better place for everyone. We are so happy that we have Alaric in our classroom. He is our superhero!
I would like to call up Heather Duncan and Grace Hazel. Our staff nominated Heather Duncan and Grace Hazel, our Community Day School team, for their outstanding work and dedication to students. Heather serves as our teacher and Grace is our instructional aide, and together they create a learning environment rooted in patience, care, and appropriately, grace. Many of the nominations highlighted their calm, consistent approach and the genuine respect they show students every day. Together, Heather and Grace have built a space with clear expectations and strong systems that support students in making better choices and learning to take responsibility for the choices that they do make. Their classroom is structured, supported, and focused on growth. They meet students where they are and provide support in whatever way is needed, academically, socially, and emotionally. In addition, they work closely with our family liaison and community schools coordinator to support families, removing barriers and helping students succeed both in and out of the classroom. Heather and Grace, thank you for the patience, compassion, and commitment that you bring to this important work. Your impact on students and families is meaningful, lasting, and inclusive.
like to recognize Terrence. Okay, fine. Alright, so Terrence is being presented with a Growth and Grit Award. We are recognizing her outstanding perseverance and determination. She has shown consistent effort, dedication, adaptation skills, and willingness to keep a positive outlook even when facing adverse situations. Terrence has exceeded academic expectations in math and reading, all while demonstrating a yearning to continue on her road to success. This award celebrates her positive attitude, persistence, and commitment to personal improvement. We are so proud.
All right, we'll get one of them. Yeah.
Oh, yes, okay.
My turn? Perfect. All right, good evening, everyone. If there's any that don't know me, I'm Chris Nelson, principal here at the elementary school. So I also have some awards to pass out. And the first one is for part of our cafeteria team, Olivia Mejia. So I am honored to present this recognition award to someone who truly embodies the heart and soul of our team, Miss Olivia. Miss Olivia works with our amazing kitchen crew to serve the students of Happy Valley, nourishing children's hearts as well as their bodies. We all know that working with children can be chaotic, but Olivia has a special gift. She performs incredibly well in stressful situations, maintaining a sense of calm that radiates to everyone around her. She doesn't just do her job, she consistently goes above and beyond for the kids, ensuring that they feel safe, heard, and valued. It is no surprise that all the kids absolutely love her, and her fellow staff as well. I think Joey summed up the general excitement about Olivia best when, for the first time since I've known him, he was speechless and couldn't say anything else besides, ay. I'm not sure what that means, but he kept repeating it over and over. That kind of enthusiasm and overwhelming positivity is exactly what Miss Olivia brings out in others at our school site. On a personal note, we all know Olivia's character. She's the type of person who would give you the shirt off her back and do anything for anyone. Miss Olivia, thank you for your selfless dedication. This recognition award is well deserved. I think I'm just going to give Ryan his.
Well, I asked somebody to honor thing, and his name is Charlie. I always say something. So I just want to say something about him that he is very, very special to me. No, I mean, they're all special to me. I guess, you know, he said, I'm your favorite. No, I don't know how to say this, but I really don't care about everyone here, you know. But it's always something, you know, him and I would have, you know, that if he has a problem, say, you know, has little down, Miss Olivia. Good morning, Miss Olivia. Doesn't matter, you know, how he feels. He's always, you know, like, good morning. And he's always very polite to me. He's kind. And I see he does that all the time, you know, not just for me, but I see like he changes that stuff, you know, for others. So I like to, you know, say that he's respectful, kind. He's a wonderful, you know, he has good manners, always good manners. And And later if he's a little down, because I know, and when he's a little down, I say, right over here, are you okay? Yes, Miss Olivia, thank you for asking. He's always very kind to me and stuff, and I want to tell him, I really do appreciate him. To come in and say anything, I always say, I always speak for you guys, listen to you guys, and know that you guys have a good day or bad day, I'm always speaking to you guys. And I think that he is, trying really hard for everything, and I think that he's gonna be, good. But, I guess, like I said, just go, take you, and you won't be there, So
You ready?
Thank you. All right, our next recognition is for our 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Jackson. So it is my absolute pleasure to present this recognition award to Mrs. Samantha Jackson. From the moment she joined us, Mrs. Jackson has been a fantastic addition to our team. Walk into a room and you immediately see an effective learning environment built on organized practice routines and clear expectations, but she pairs that structure with incredible creativity. She engages every single student by creating fun, interesting lessons that truly hook the class, providing multiple ways for them to grasp the material. Mrs. Jackson is also data-driven and dedicated. She assesses her students regularly, using that information to relentlessly help them improve. Whether it is in the classroom or during extra tutoring sessions after school, she is always there to ensure her students meet their goals. Perhaps most impressively, Mrs. Jackson models our character traits of the month: grit and perseverance. Even facing the surprise of an unexpected maternity leave, she hasn't slowed down. Instead, she is diligent in crafting plans and training substitutes to give her students the best chance of success while she is away. Mrs. Jackson, thank you for your hard work and dedication.
If I get through the crazy hormones are making me cry. Thinking about leaving. It's hard. I am recognizing Taylor. Taylor is such a joy to have in my class. She comes to school with a smile and a hard work ethic. She's always on task and she's willing to help as needed. Even when a task is tough, Taylor will ask for help, which in my classroom we have a saying, smart people ask for help. Okay? And she keeps trying until she gets the material. Taylor is also kind to others and she does not participate in negativity. I don't think I've ever once heard any mean or negative words come out of her mouth. Thank you, Taylor, for always being a ray of sunshine. And I'm gonna miss you, but I know that. Oh, man. But I know that you're gonna be a ray of light for the subs that are.
Absolutely.
All right, 6.0, information discussion items, updates, community events, and staff announcements. 6.1, community, staff, and district. A, are there any announcements from the community? B, certificated staff.
C, classified staff. G, board members. I just want to take a moment to recognize Gina in being named the Superintendent Principal of the Year in Region 1, which covers 7 counties. So I'm super proud of you and E, primary site update.
We had a great rally on Monday, and our mascot, Happy, made a special appearance to help reinforce important reminders about playing safely at recess and riding the bus safely. The students absolutely loved it, and many are already asking when Happy will be back. Before break, we also celebrated attendance at the popcorn party. We will be changing things up, trying something new at the end of this month, so stay tuned. Other fun and positive highlights around campus include music during recess. We added that, and students love dancing and playing with hula hoops to the music. It is a hoot to watch them. They're so cute. A kindergarten pen pal project is happening right now with the classes from around the country, and they've completed a bulletin board showcasing all of their correspondence from all the different states, which is really cool. Recess coach collaboration, including the addition of a calm down, cool down routine at the end of each recess to help students return to class ready to learn. So before they line up, they'll do a lap together around the playground or something like that to just kind of bring their energy down a bit. And then our positive referral wall is almost full, which is a great reflection of the positive choices our students are making. Our hive has been buzzing with energy, joy, and growth, and it's wonderful to see these positive moments happen.
Thank you. All right, D, elementary site update.
All right, since the last board meeting, lots of stuff going on. Last week of school, but prior to the Christmas break or the winter break was a lot of fun. We had a middle school dance that was like a winter semi-formal. Had a great time with the kids there. We had Spirit Week, lots of fun outfits, PJs and Christmas sweaters and all sorts of good things. And then we had a lot of fun traditions during that week, like passing out mandarins and hot cocoa, which everybody came out and participated in, even with the rain. It was kind of downpouring at the time, but we still had a great time. Staff dressed up as the 12 Days of Christmas and performed for the kids. Our both 8th grade homeroom classes did choreographed dances that they performed at our assembly, which were surprisingly good. They did a really nice job. Mr. F kicked my butt in, what were we playing? Musical chairs. I got to read The Night Before Christmas to everybody. Just a lot of fun. Really loved the traditions of that week. And then coming back, actually, during the break, so our girls basketball season wound up, and then we had a couple of students, Ariana in 8th grade and Brooklyn in 7th grade, honored by making the regional all-star team. So they got to play in Chico, and I heard they played really well and represented our school very well, our district. And then the boys basketball team has started up. So they just had their first games last night. Very exciting, all of them. And so they're off and running. Before the kids came back, we did have a PE day, which Gina planned for us, and had some really great conversations around school safety and kind of aligning academics, especially in the area of math, were kind of the big topics, but generated a lot of great conversation, and those conversations have continued past the day, which is a sign of a really, really nice day. Let's see. I mentioned boys basketball last weekend. I think it was last weekend. Our 7th grade were tournament champions at the Cotton tournament, which was really exciting. And then our 8th graders are heading off to Weed this coming weekend. So they're going to do their out of town overnight trip, which is another really fun tradition. And so our student council is planning a special send-off rally for them that they're working on for Friday. because they leave in the morning on Friday. And then our student council is also starting to plan for a kindness week. That'll be the last week before the February break. Our 8th graders are planning for Monte Carlo night, which is their big fundraiser dinner, January 31st. And our PTO is also working on a dance, Pretty in Pink dance. That's coming up in February, so that's starting to get advertised too. And that's preschool through 8th grade. And then we're also starting to talk about Career Week in March. So we had a career fair last year, and we kind of want to expand it into a week this year. So we're working on that too. So lots going on, super busy, but really exciting stuff. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. For anyone who came for the awards and the announcements, if you want to go ahead and leave now, you can, or if you would like to stay and listen to a board meeting, you're welcome to do that as well. But we're going to get to the business of it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for coming. No one ever wants to make it fun. I know. Severed Darcy. I will say, well, Rhonda has asked me to talk about her too, stand up. All right. We're gonna go ahead and carry on. What if I talk loud enough, everyone will love that. 7.0, communication to the board, the annual certification regarding workers' compensation. Everybody saw that? Good to go? Okay, perfect. 8.0, public comments. Public session items not on the agenda but within the jurisdiction of this body may be addressed at this time or be submitted to the superintendent in writing for board consideration as an agenda item. Items not on the agenda are restricted in response to action by the board and its members. A 3-minute limit is set for each speaker on all items. The total time for public input on each item is limited to 20 minutes. Government Code 54952. In order to protect the rights of all involved, complaints about employees should be addressed to the district complaint process. Speaking about a personnel issue at a board meeting may prevent the board from being able to act on it. Please see an administrator to initiate the complaint process. 8.1, public comment session is open. I was just thinking about that. Maybe we should do public comment before I dismiss everyone. 8.2, items on the agenda. 8.3, items not on the agenda. No. 8.4, public comment session is now closed. 9.0, consent agenda approval. Consent agenda items are expected to be routine and non-controversial. They will be acted upon by the board at one time without discussion. Board members may request an item to be removed from the consent agenda for later discussion. Anyone have any questions about anything on the consent agenda that they want to pull out?
And I make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, discussion, 10.0, discussion action items. 10.1, discussion action, we don't have to do that one, we didn't remove anything from the consent agenda. 10.2, discussion action, approve the 2025-2026 SARC School Accountability Report Card for the elementary, the primary, and the community day schools. Any questions on it, any discussion you guys want to have on the SARCs? Okay. With that, I'll make a motion to approve the 2025-2026 SARC School Accountability Report Cards for all 3 schools. I will second that. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay. 10.3, discussion action. I don't know why the review's in bold, but review and approve Review and approve.
Because we're only doing this once.
Review
And
and
25
approve
times.
the 2026-2027 school year calendar.
And I'm working on 27, 28, just so you know, so. we're
Perfect.
gonna Get this going. We're behind the other districts.
I will say the only thing that changed on this calendar is that based on, negotiations going on right now with the, unions, is that at one point, both back to school night and open house were minimum days. We talked about that a little bit, I believe in December, no one was opposed to that, so they went ahead and made the calendar as if that's probably gonna go through in the negotiations, so that those.
When did they stop being minimum days?
I don't know historically when that was, but at one point it stopped being on the calendar that way. I don't know that I don't know that the contract ever stopped being that way, but they haven't been.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
thought it always, I didn't realize.
Exactly.
When it had come to our attention that it had stopped being a
Open
thing.
house is not listed in the contract right now, so I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know the answer to that question.
Does this mirror Shasta High School and is Shasta and
Yes,
West
and
Valley?
I called before we posted it, West Valley is having their graduation on June 3rd. So I had to move ours to June 2nd, because I knew you guys don't like the meeting on the same night. So I did move that, I figured nobody would have opposed.
Okay.
So
And
this
is
is still, this is
Shasta
still all
Elementary?
Shasta County
So
schools are the
Shasta,
same.
where? West Valley's still doing the same as Shasta?
Yes,
To my knowledge, yes.
yes, they haven't made any motions to change their calendar to go back, they used to have North and South County,
Yeah.
and they're not, they had kind of whispered for a second that they were gonna go back to having a different calendar, but they have not. And they have already, I believe they've already approved this calendar in front of us.
Okay.
So,
Well, then I'll make a motion that we approve the 26-27 school year calendar.
I will second that.
all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, 10.4, discussion action, approve resolution 26-12, Lincoln's birthday observance. This is something we do each year to, it is, instead of having like Lincoln and Washington's birthday, we honor it as President's Day, and then we have that. Yes, exactly.
I think it's the dumbest thing, I don't understand why they started doing that. Scody started it, or,
Because Tacoma County does it.
I know, but I don't understand why they need the whole week instead of just the 2 Mondays, or.
I'm not opposed to it, but
Be careful, there's been talk about it in October for it too.
Oh my God.
they do that.
And this is all probably like Claire's and homeschooled.
Yeah, when we lived in South Dakota and in Colorado, they both had October breaks for a week.
Tehama County does,
Mhm.
and one of the schools at least, they get the day after Halloween off.
A lot of districts do that with their floating day.
Okay, anyone have any issues with this resolution?
No, I'll make a motion to approve 26-12 Lincoln's birthday, observance.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody opposed? And we make note that Jackie's absent, right? We have to put that on there. Okay. And Cheryl, you'll need to sign this before we leave. Yeah, okay, perfect. 10.5, discussion action, approve resolution 26-13, participation in self-insured schools of California, SISC 3 for district insurance. And this also comes out of labor negotiations, right? They wanted to switch insurance. Is this the one?
It's not part of negotiations, but it is medical insurance. And so last year, when the CVT went up 11%, the certificated bargaining unit and Rhonda started looking at other insurance groups.
They've been looking at it for a while, for a couple of years.
Okay, for a couple of
And
years.
this is the increase, it was 11.8% for medical and 5% for dental. Kind of got them in here to say, yeah, we're switching because STSIG and even Teamsters back there, theirs raised significantly as well for the first time in years.
And so, STSIG was the only one that raised 4.5%, so they're able to keep their rates down. So, we've done all that, and this is just a requirement on their part that you guys approve by resolution, us joining.
Health insurance.
All right, sounds to me like between you and the staff, you guys have done due diligence to find the best option for our district.
I'll make a motion to approve 2613.
I will second that. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay. 10.6, discussion action approve 24-25 annual developer fee resolution. And number 26-14, or resolution 26-14, and the report. Did anything ever look like three? This thing does, and I tried my best to figure it out. Anybody have any questions on the developer fees resolution or report? Anyone care to make the motion?
I'll make the motion to approve the 24-25 annual developer fee resolution 2614 and report.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 10.7, discussion action, date change for April board meeting due to spring break. So with the spring break, we normally meet on the second Tuesday of the month,
Wednesday.
or second Wednesday, sorry.
So the
So we've had a few years there.
Yeah.
That
That would have been the 8th,
which is spring break.
and that is during spring break. So do we want to do it? I feel like I have another meeting on the 15th, but that's going to be a 4-H council meeting. So if we move it back 1 week, I don't think I'm able to make it. Is the week before too soon?
So that would be the first.
The first.
We just have to have the board packet done by the 27th of March, so that's if everybody can get all of their stuff together by then.
When you say everybody, what do you mean?
Anything that, anything that Gina needs to put
Then the
in,
mouse in my
anything
pocket.
that Marissa needs to put in, any plans that need to be done to go into the board packet.
When are the warrants usually, is that a report that you can generate, not you, but the person who does it, can generate it anytime, or is that something that really?
I can generate it anytime.
Okay, so
Because I mean, you guys can have it on the 15th. I'm fairly certain I have a 4-H council.
my only concern is when we change it from the day that, like, for instance, today, we had to change it because, was it today or last? Today, is today changed, is that why Jack couldn't be here? Okay, well, Jack couldn't be here, so my concern is if we change it, because Jackie would normally have made accommodations to be here on the second Tuesday, and I don't know, it's far enough out with the hospital, she should be able to make arrangements. I would just hate for both you and Jackie not to be here, but it's far enough out that we would assume that she could make accommodations. So are you guys, I don't have a strong preference,
I
I'm
would
here all
be
the time.
fine.
The
Either
first
one.
or the 15th. Do you
Either
have
one.
a-
Could you change it to the 17th or the 19th? The 17th, the day before?
The 17th is a Friday, yes? Am I looking at April?
Oh, sorry, I moved back, the 14th.
That Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I could probably do that. We could do that. I didn't know if we were trying to keep it the same day. Would a Tuesday
I
evening
don't.
work? So we could change it to the 14th.
Give me just 1 second. So let me make sure it's not like, 'cause I know that's right. I think we're already done with basketball at that point, but I wanna make sure I'm not like getting into the playoffs. Let me have
Right.
1 second here. I'm pretty sure like it's all said and done and the faculty thing, but yes, it's over by then. Perfect, okay. I have availability. So are we saying we wanna go with Tuesday, April 14th?
I'm fine with that. Yeah, okay. I make a motion to change the April board meeting to Tuesday, April 14th.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed?
Okay, so your packets will come out on Thursday, April 2nd, because I also have all the spring break off, so I will be off that next week and won't have them we'll be back to getting to you on the 10th, so
Is-
it's not gonna send it.
Forgive me for not having my calendar right in front of me. Is that Friday?
That's, no, because we have Friday the 3rd off.
Okay,
So
that's what I was
it'll be
asking.
the day before.
So there's no
So
day
they-
work off. Well, then nobody will have a reason not to have a Friday.
Okay, that's. Yeah, that would be normal. Okay. Perfect. 10.8, discussion action approved surplus of washer and dryer that appear to be sitting outside anyways.
Nice.
They got a new washer and dryer set, and as with everything that is of a certain level or books and equipment or what it is that we have to give them permission to surplus it.
He said they're worth like $50.
Are we, do you, they didn't know, or I'm just curious, are we selling, are we
We're
throwing?
just getting rid of them.
Okay.
They're-
Should just put a free sign up. Do they work?
They've been sitting outside for a long time, so
Oh,
I have
okay, then they
no
probably
idea.
just need to go away. Okay. I make a motion to, where are we? Approve the surplus of washer and dryer from the family center.
I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, here we go. 10.9, discussion action, approve updated board policies from the September 2025 CSBA packet. Please refer to the November board packet if you had it. I just want to call out right from the get-go, every single policy in this packet was optional, and most of them had the verbiage either in the starting paragraph or in some paragraph throughout that said, as per ed code, which means there's ed code that tells us we have to do it anyway. So I'm proposing on a lot of these, I just want you to know right up front, I'm proposing to drop a lot of this.
Perfect.
But I mean, just kind of want to put that out there right now so I don't sound like a broken record over and over again. And we can go through each one of them. So board packet 3515 is campus security. This one cracks me up because it's an optional policy that is now a law. So we're basically adopting a law, a policy. That's a law in the first place. It's just more jargon, I think, to say that, I don't know, it's more for us to update, and if the law changes or if anything else changes, we have to change our policy, and it doesn't change the fact that we're held to do it in the first place.
Agreed.
Anyone else have any other opinions on that? Okay, I propose to drop that one. Anybody have any objections? The same thing with the accompanying AR. So you can see, or you might.
Okay, I feel bad.
Okay, recovery of property loss or damage. This one, again, is redundant to ed code. Whenever a policy starts with as pursuant to ed code, I'm annoyed, but because it's just more policies for us to keep updated down the road. So again, I propose to drop this one. If anyone has any strong, I'm not opposed to keeping almost any of these policies. I just think it's more things to maintain and make sure that we're up to date on down the road.
No.
Okay, drop that if you're all fine with it. Same thing with the regulation. AR 3516.1, fire drills and fires. This is an optional one. It tells you when you are supposed to have fire drills, how soon after school starts. But it's also information that is in our, I can't remember what CSSP stands for. It's our safety plan.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that that's.
Yeah, comprehensive school safety plan, it's all in there
Yeah.
already. So to have a policy that also is redundant to the regulation, or the ed code, which is redundant to the safety plan, it's just one more thing.
All right.
So I propose to drop it. Oops, I'm sorry, just hit the wrong key, there we go. Board policy 5113. This one starts with the words in accordance with law, board policy, and administrative regulation. So it's redundant times 3 to have a policy that is a law and an ed code and a regulation. it's, I will say that accompanying AR does go a bit farther than Ed Code and allows for religious absences, like if a person's gonna go on a religious retreat or something, that's not part of Ed Code, but this AR does have that in there. On either of these, I'm not opposed to keeping them, I just don't like having policies that are redundant. So I propose to drop them, but I don't feel strongly either way.
I propose we drop them, I'm good with that.
Okay, let me just type because I didn't print this out. AR 5113.11 is attendance supervision. This one also is through by or pursuant to Ed Code requirement. It talks about the role of an attendance supervisor. Is that like Rocio and do we have attendance supervisors?
Yeah, attendance support.
Okay, I didn't even, because this talks specifically to attendance supervisor, so I wasn't even sure. And then so on that one, I propose to drop it as well. It's really specific to that position, more so than what the Ed Code is asking them to do. Any objections? Nope. Board policy 5113.12, district school attendance review board. I don't believe we have a school attendance review board.
We use the county office of that.
Yeah, and that was my next question, was the county has a SARB, so I don't think that we have to have a policy about it because we have used the county SARB board before. So I propose that we drop this one.
Agreed, yes.
And as well as the accompanying regulation. This one cracks me up, board policy 5113.2 about work permits.
Last question about the previous one, if we drop that, we can still utilize a SARB board, right?
Yes,
Okay.
well, this is about establishing a school SARB board. It's
Oh,
not
okay,
about,
okay.
it has nothing to do with the county SARB board.
Okay, perfect.
It's about having your own, yeah. Board policy 5113.2 is in regard to work permits. And I thought, there's no way we could even have this policy,
Oh,
right?
unless we have a work permit.
So
15.
actually, there has been a situation here at this school, and I don't even know if the student attends anymore, where mom has had to do some modeling TV commercial work, and we have actually had to do a work permit
I know
for
that is.
the
Or
student here
under-
at this school.
Under 15, they had to have a work permit.
And then we had to sign
Okay, so I think that student is actually still in attendance.
it, too.
Yeah.
It's the
It's the
same
only
one.
one that I know of.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait a minute, you have to be 15 and a half to get a job, I thought, but, so I was surprised that it,
I know, when it came to the key, the first time, I was like,
Yeah, who's
what
working?
the hell, like, they're in high school, these kids are old enough.
but I don't know that we have to have a policy to be able to sign off on work permit.
And I don't know, I'm just saying, we just have had experience.
Yeah, we would, I wouldn't think so.
I'm fine with tabling it to see if we have to have the policy in order to be involved in a work permit with the student, and I can now that you put it in that situation, because I was like, no one can work, but that is true, they do have actors and models that are that age. Do you guys want to just table this one so I can make sure, I don't want to drop it and then not be able to administer the work permit for the student that's in that situation and needs it.
Yeah, that's.
I could look it up, I can look up that policy. Yeah, I don't feel, I'm uncomfortable dropping it, so let's table this one and bring it back to next month, I'll look into that. And just make sure, I don't wanna put in anyone that's in a current situation
Yes.
where they can't be in that anymore. Board policy 5141, healthcare and emergencies. This one goes into a bunch of optional sections, like, it seems like every other paragraph is, not only is this an optional policy, but then every other paragraph was, this is an optional paragraph with different sections if you're gonna have AEDs, or if you're gonna do this. This one, I'm not opposed to keeping it. I think if we do keep it, we need to look at some of those ones that we've just we just rubber stamped and we have all of the options right now. But again, the healthcare and emergencies, it goes into like calling 911 and administering first aid and all that stuff. And again, that stuff is also ed code. And the ARs started out with as pursuant as, or are all pursuant as ed
So we probably don't necessarily need it.
code. Right. So I propose to drop it. Anyone have any objection to that? Board policy 5141.4 is child abuse prevention and reporting. And I looked really close at this one to make sure, just because of the current situation that we're in with our investigation. I didn't really feel like this infringed on that. This is optional, is an optional policy as well, because it is so tightly monitored by ed code and by the reporting laws and regulations, that to have a policy about it, and to me just felt redundant, but at the same time, I want to be respectful to the current situation that we're in, so I propose to drop it, I don't feel strongly about it. Again, I feel like the ed code and the laws already define what the requirements are. To have a board policy is just redundancy, but
Yeah.
that's just how I feel about it. I'm open to discussion. Josh, you got anything?
Just the big thing about having the policy is if somebody were to make a complaint, the complaint would be in-house. If the policy doesn't exist, then the complaint automatically skips that step, and it becomes an issue. But I don't see anybody complaining about somebody, I don't know. I don't think it was home.
Okay, I want, given the current climate, I wanted to make sure that I left it very open for discussion.
So what are we doing with that one?
Dropping. Board policy 5142, safety. This is another one I'm not at all opposed to. I read it like 3 times trying to figure out why the cybersecurity part is even in this safety when it's already like beaten to death in another policy. So I thought it was an odd place for them to tuck in cybersecurity. And there's an optional section about crossing guards and having a crossing guards program. And
Safety patrol.
I'm sure that applies in cities that have like a gamut.
We have someone out there who
They do. There's usually features that they go in rotation, but it's not this talks about having like a program of crossing guards.
So we were 4th graders on a very, very busy street in Portland. And like, I mean, you know, you're putting your lights out with your little stop sticks and your little whatever, and hoping the cars are gonna stop and the other person will over.
Anyways, I propose to drop this one just because it's optional. The cybersecurity is in the other section. We don't really need to have crossing guard programs. In our junior high, do we have ID cards? Yeah, so there's another section at the bottom of this policy that's all about ID cards.
We did. When we
They
went
don't
here,
have school cards anymore?
I still have one.
I still have one.
It's a student body card.
Yeah. Then you get discounts at the high school if you have it.
Anyone opposed to dropping this policy?
Oh, no.
And we're walking down the road.
I have the same thing for the AR. Okay. Board policy 6141.4, International Baccalaureate Program. We don't currently have this policy, so not only do we not need to drop it, we don't need to adopt it. This policy, I looked it up. If you search this number in our policy, it's not even currently there. So there's no reason I propose not to adopt it. We don't have an International Baccalaureate Program.
Sounds good.
So do not adopt on that one unless someone feels it's something we need to start in addition to everything else we need to work on. Okay. I did reach out to administration on board policy 6178.1 and the work-based learning based on the responses that I received from the 3 of you does not apply to our school. We don't, correct? We do not receive funding from, I forget what the name of the government line was that there was a, you got received funding from that, but we don't, it doesn't apply to us. However, we currently do have a work-based learning policy, so I'm proposing to drop it. And the accompanying regulation, because again, we don't have it. And that brings us to board bylaw 9005, governance standards. This is an optional bylaw. I always lead with, I generally will always look into something to see if it's optional, if we need to have it. I'm not opposed to keeping this bylaw, and I'm not opposed to dropping. Either way, I'm very indifferent on what we decide to do. However, if we decide to keep it, we need to either start doing what it says we do, or edit it to be more accurate to what our practice is, because the board bylaw says that we will update and communicate a common vision, perform self-evaluations, advocate on behalf of students and public education at the local, state, and federal levels, and participate in professional development and commit time and energy necessary to be an informed, effective leader. So, if I'm being honest, I don't think our board is currently doing any of those particular activities. So if we're going to keep this bylaw, we need to change some things to take that out of the bylaw or drop the bylaw altogether. But it does talk about professional, character and other things like that. Again, it's optional, so my first lean is always to drop, but I'm not opposed to having bylaws that hold us to a standard. But if we're going to put it in, we either need to rise to that standard or edit it to make sure that it fits the practice of our current board.
I mean, we have to do the ethics training and all that stuff anyway. It's all state mandated. Most of the stuff is in reference to that, so we don't really need it.
Okay. Like I said, I was pretty indifferent on it, and I just wanted to have that discussion. Okay, so drop that. That was the last one on here. I was in a state of panic thinking we had a lot of the policies from November that were tabled to January, but Rhonda reminded me to table till February. So, we'll have some catch up to do on those ones that we put off pending the investigation in February.
Yes, okay.
Real quick on DP and AR 5141, what was the exemption?
5141, let me just scroll back up.
Healthcare emergencies.
Drop. There was nothing, everything was dropped.
Except for work permit.
The work permits were gonna table, and we are not adopting 6141.4. Because we don't have it anyway.
They just wanna find out because we have a kid.
Okay. 10.9 is done. Oh wait, we have to make a motion and an action. I make a motion for everything we discussed to drop everything with the exception we tabled 5113.2 work permits, and we are not adopting 6141.4. The rest are all being dropped. That's my motion.
I will second that.
Just a second, my pen decided to stop working. All right, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? 10.10, discussion action, updated board policies, November 2025 packet. This is our first read, so we'll get to read it this month. Next month will be our second read, and in March, we will come and do this fun little thing again. 11 point,
Next month we'll do the ones we tabled.
yes,
And are those the only ones we are doing?
yes.
Other than following through these?
Yep.
The ones on here, and then the following month we'll go ahead and do these ones.
Yes,
So we're getting there.
we're getting it. Except for they put out quarterly, and then they put out specials, and
And
But
those are coming out.
It's never.
yes, Rhonda, I did have a thought when I was going through these. As we start to move forward, if you could do me the favor in our checklist, because we're dropping a lot of policies now, and they're gonna start putting out updates for these policies that we've dropped. So I wanted to say on our checklist whether we even have this policy. So if it comes back that 5141.4 is brought up for an update in June, I'd like for you somehow to let us know that we don't even own that policy anymore. Sorry. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Thank you. Ten point ten, discussion. Updated, we did that, sorry. 11.0, superintendent update.
All right, TKK building, the classrooms will be ready end of January, January 29th. We do our punch list walkthrough. And so that's just the classrooms. The actual site will not be finished yet. Now they're thinking, I don't know, maybe April, I don't really know. The wall is like a work of art if you've been by there.
I've been by, but I can't see past the trucks.
Yeah, it's like, whoa. And when you stand like down where the third grade classrooms are, or where the shade structure is, and you look up, you really can see the like the grade, like how steep that grade really was. Like I walk up and down that all day long, but then when I look at how high the wall is, I'm like, oh, mackerel.
So we had that initial walkthrough when it was literally like a skeleton. When do you think we would be able to go in and see it now?
So we have a schedule with the staff to walk through January 29th after school. So you're welcome to join us that day. And then the February break is when all of the furniture will be delivered and set up in the classrooms.
Okay.
Oh, it's so exciting. But we won't be moving in until like, you know, the playground and the yard are ready. So maybe not even this year. I don't know, too far out to think about and way down on the list right now. Rhonda's been working really hard on our website and a new Happy Valley app. And so we've been practicing with the, I don't know, what do you call it? Practice app. So testing app. Anyways, it's cute. It has a little Viking with a little bee right there.
What was
So
that?
It's kind of cool. It's really cool.
Eventually, sort of, probably within the next week or two or so, we'll be able to go live with the app. I'm gonna put out a parent square, letting everybody know to go to their favorite store, download it, look at it, suggestions. Do they like it? Do they hate it? I don't know, whatever. And then, when the next school year starts, it's going to replace Parent Square. And so we'll still have all the same capabilities. We'll have the push notifications, the chatting apps. No students allowed in the chats, just adults. Notes, emergencies, that type of thing is all gonna go through the app.
How does that work? Let's just say like maybe a student's raised by a grandparent who just doesn't have a cell phone. How do they get communication?
They can work that out with the school offices.
Oh yeah, we know for people who need to have it sent by paper instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So our district's moving away from the parent square and are kind of starting their
We
own.
should have done it
It's like a
this
bundle.
year.
Because I know
With
West
the
Valley uses
website.
the parent square as well.
Yeah. It came with the website
Clear.
and, so
I know.
I just have everything all in one package.
Parent Square is connected
Gina
to
saw a
Aries.
video of it today.
Parent Square is connected to Aries.
Okay. So it's all.
And it's just a messaging system.
Yeah.
That's what this is, a messaging system that's part of our bundle of our website.
Okay.
So we're just, you know, just trying to develop it.
I'll show you what the app looks like.
We did have a cooking session over the Christmas break and called Junior's Chef. Your son went. They had a blast. Oh my gosh, the staff had so much fun. The kids in small groups even like picked what they wanted to work and what they wanted to make. And they had to find the recipe, find out how much, because they baked or made it for everybody who was there. They had Indian tacos, they had nachos, they had sundaes, they had sugar cookies, it was like centers of food.
Yep, they had a big potluck on the last day that it was.
It was awesome. They wrote out their recipe cards and then Shauna went and bought all the stuff at the store, brought it back the next day. It was really cool. They liked it a lot. On January 5th, we held an in-service professional development day with our certificated staff focused on vertical alignment and math using the state math framework. Teachers work together to identify what skills students are expected to bring with them at each grade level, as well as essential math skills that every student should be able to do in every classroom. Grade level teams collaborated with the grade levels below them and above them to discuss the big ideas. That's what the framework calls the standards, big ideas now at each level, and better understand the continuum of skills, TK through 8. The process helped build shared understanding, consistency, and stronger instructional connections across the district. And it was especially fun to hear TK and 8th grade have their conversation about what kids are like in TK, and it was a hoot to listen to them. But all the conversations were super thoughtful, collaborative, a great reminder that we're all part of one learning journey for our students. Like Chris said, conversations still happened like after the fact, which was really awesome. They lent themselves to our math committee leading a conversation to learn what teachers are looking for in a curriculum as they move forward with the adoption of our math curriculum. So the districts in Shasta County have met and winnowed down to about 7 options that all of the county, it was a very rigorous analyzation of curriculum. And so they all turned in. We had Melissa went one day, and then Melissa and I went another day. And then now that they've narrowed it down, math committees and teachers will look at the curricula. We have some participating in 2 days of work of really like looking at what are the big ideas, how does this curriculum show that, do we think this will be good for our students, that kind of a thing. And then the rest of the committee will go in March where they meet with the publishers, look at all the texts. At that time, they'll be able to request pilot units, and then each of them will pilot some units, hopefully before the end of the school year, and then we can decide what curriculum we want.
We're gonna pilot 7 different curriculums?
Probably not.
Okay.
They'll probably, I'm guessing they'll narrow it to maybe 3, like in the ones that I think are gonna be in the top 7, I could see our staff narrowing it down to about 3, just based on our conversations, and then some piloting from that. Yeah, that's kind of what I see happening. That's it.
How's the roof coming in?
Oh, that's on my CBO report.
Oh, sorry, okay. I know, business manager update.
Okay, business manager update. The governor's 26-27 proposed budget will be released next week. The kind of the prelims or whatever look pretty friendly to education, actually. So that's good news. The state is considering, listen to this, going to an enrollment based funding instead of an attendance-based funding. But there are concerns that the push from districts to get students in the class will decline. But that's like a big,
As long as they're involved, doesn't matter if they come.
correct.
Yeah.
That's a big change.
Yeah.
The DO roof is complete. So it did get stuck in the storm, so we had a lot of wet panels.
Are they replacing those?
Yes.
It's a lot.
They'll replace, especially the ones that are really yucky. I don't think we got rained on. We got dusted on. We were trying to work one day when they're on the roof, and Kara and I were like, we gotta go.
Do they offer, I was there 2 or 3 times during the project. Do they offer you an opportunity to do a survey at the end? I was really surprised by how messy their work was. Harbo.
How messy?
Yeah, like when I walked in, there was hoses going across the sidewalk, and it was a business day. There was nails and scraps and stuff on the sidewalk. to get
Was
into
it a tear down day?
on your business. I don't know.
I don't know. We talked about, we did talk about the leaks, and there was another mistake that was made, so Robin, I did have them call them, so
Yeah.
I can share that as well. We repainted and did the body work on one bus. It's been completed. Looks really good. The other one will be completed in the summer.
Those are the ones we're taking down to Sacramento?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So can't believe
like half the price.
Blows my mind.
Our P1 ADA was complete. It was, so there's the formula you take the total days students were present, so like 7,000, 28, whatever, and divide it by the days in that period of time. And that gets you your P1 formula, which is your ADA. So ours was 440.9, which was higher than we anticipated at the interim. The audit is completed and that will be brought to the board next month. That's it.
13.0 enrollment update as of January 9, 2026, 460 for grades TK through 8th grade. Includes CDS. 14.0 next meetings are February 11th, March 11th, April 14th, as we previously discussed tonight, and May 13th. Board meetings are 5:15 to 5:20 for open session. Community comments on closed session in the elementary cafeteria, 5:20 to 6 p.m. closed session in elementary room 201. 6 p.m. to is the open session regular board meeting here in the cafeteria. And 15.0.
Make a motion, we adjourn open session.
I will second that. Okay. And all in favor? Aye. Anyone opposed?
Here, 5 minutes earlier than last month. Good job. It just happened to see it, so it's stuck at 7:17. All right. She's like, when are you coming back? She's like, okay, bye, mom. Other times she's like crying and doesn't want to leave. I'm like, no problem. But my mom will. Are you there?